Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Baumia na uswa eko aprobo dendenden ewo my Ghana mu edna kopiemu ewo Sinafo South ho no ne Ghana de shedi nkomo no wode to anim say 7 December ebra Ghana for eto aba amano so me mampani no na mpesua hodo so no no mo eto de ama de wo gina aprem na shebedwa konwa no ewo MPP amanyuko ni din enso emu
na minyina minim say Sinafo South they be a year to aba you win presidential election but parliamentary no ohona din mai enti afi we die me pese munjai skirt and blouse no lion to straight and yes sir yen to straight mo die sankore ha me pese me shamu bosse mo die Frank Aduse Proku ba mede obi a ofiri sankore ha ebe shema ban mu amamo
sansama wakan ha sie nyina yetie ni ye dia na kire se wo hyehyɛ bi de bo men enti sansam ya oka ye nyina mede megidi se oba no obeyama ye ne a Ghana ibenya nkoso pa mede de mesra na ne se the minister ko men nyina ye ta nachi ya bo mpa ya ma ne se de wo hwehwe bia ne sanka ya de mpa bo ene ye bo ma kwapim se ehunu se Ghana adwene ewo tim wo hyehyɛ ni policy se kura wo nyina so ebebo oman
me ba cho ha no be ko wa ba ye kwai first nsuo to na nsuo yiri fire na de nsuo nyiri fire biem akufua do ba adisipoku wa ba ye kwan amaye suku free ankura ni sua adwuma ankura tutu adwuma suku bibia ye wo kuram
metuwe me ba me wono mampani kofuo penso obeko school free one crime wanya se krakra gas o ko ni free de hia ne chobos ne trunk me papa be ye koko wa anwem ba o mia ba ya no ne akufu ado ba ya o ma betu koko amenne yansu ya mebunu papa de owuja amen ye kele tete mire bo masene me de bi to me ne ma enti ba o mia de ye to aman
andobi mabodam wom every say me baba ni dika ko school sika me kokra na eden pa esunya me adum ko na wie me brem na nya me adum na me na manya free education me be ko bia ya me ntua hwea na me se me be obebade ahe enti me ba me hu ni sesi na friend ba o mia
me dey prince planting for food and job me doing gruma about my fertilizer wa ma bibia bi e da me nya biem dem ka say yan twa so nyuma pa mo ye de yem say afio de ba o mia oni na Frank Aduse de wo ba we na afio ya bai
me di MPP dia ekumi awurawura me no be kwa adisipoku onu ana kwa oni mira ba o mia omo ana kwa Fred Keshi yamanya ne Fred Keshi bi obi afie ba hu mi aso ka hu bi wanu so ta ne to wanu so ya bibia Fred Keshi wa ka hu bi yama ko bi awie wasama o madwuma ya ntia sa to ama no
Mampenyi dada John Dramani Mahama wone to Frankama NDC amanyoku no gusua ebo apro ebo etifido mantemu ne hono de atodwa se oman Ghana atemu adwuma na ewo se nkomode omho no sese omo ne omho ho akoye se aban no na kire de omo nye na ne nyina no yade a etia Ghana ye kabi ma menka bi amemu wose ne adehye owa no mu bisa se Kwame Nkrumah Ghana no ojaye no ewo henfa esanse nei eniema bebre na ena agensem.
I travel around the world. I'm invited to various places to attend conferences, to be an election monitor, to give lectures at various universities. Anywhere I go, the question people outside in the world ask me, Ghana, what happened to you? Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, what happened to you? Ezu. Everybody looked up to Ghana as the model of democracy. Today, we are a bad model of democracy. Our judiciary is not independent. all our state institutions have been destroyed. People looked up to Ghana as a country that is a model of economic management. Today, our economy is in shambles. And the people who came and said that they were coming in order that our economy would be better. Today, our economy is worse. We are in debt. There is hardship in the land. Prices of goods and services are rising every day. And yet, every day, they come and tell us we should clap for them. They've done well. How can we clap for you?
Mentem wase koso ewo Supreme Court ene Ghana mrase bidwam onwuntemo na no ana owura Alan Kojo Chirematen Alan Cash a wo gina ewo afafranto movement apre mapeni dibre no wode ato afani mi no nyina anim se wo mo hwe na Ghana mra wo mo eniso.
The current impasse between the Supreme Court and Parliament of Ghana, in my view, is unwarranted, unjustifiable, unproductive, and unhealthy for our fledgling democracy. Both the Supreme Court and Parliament must respect the Constitution and the laws of Ghana. The current impasse amounts to grandstanding by both institutions. The Supreme Court, in its ruling on the application of the leader of the NPP caucus in Parliament, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin, to reverse the ruling of the Speaker of Parliament on the status of the 4 members of Parliament, was, and in my considered and very respectful opinion, unconstitutional and could be described as an abuse of the power of the Supreme Court under Article 130, subsection 1, to interpret provisions of the Constitution. The Constitution of Ghana, rightly so, entrusts to the Supreme Court the responsibility of interpreting provisions of the Constitution. In this regard, the Supreme Court has both original and final jurisdiction for the interpretation of our Constitution. Any application brought before the court seeking interpretation of any provision of the Constitution, to the extent that the application is filed in line with the processes and procedures of the Supreme Court, would be deemed to have been properly brought before the Supreme Court.
Asweye hwenkwada emma mema ne amanfo eyi edi nsem so edi ababa todwa se aban na ye krado se sika 1000 ede ko 212,000 Ghana cedis wode baba so akuafo asne we akuafo amantama hodon wo twe wo ye maimu che se aso pebisi wo hodom emomfudie dodo na eseye na ye ne soafo a woda asweye ano odumunyafo da ko Newman edi nkomo efa ho
ye wo ha government intervention here and ready to intervention no your friend a dry spell emergency cash transfer under leak inti ene share ye catch them say one wo 8 affected regions na mebobo wo mudino ombenya a one-time payment of 1,000 Ghana cedis sasikai say ebua won to mitigate shock na as a result of dry spell no over that 8-week period. And no na yeder to that na wonga woye beneficiaries no efi 212,000 beneficiaries na wobenya sasikeya. Yes, also the two just say so womunya problem bia your numbers bia wombetunya free 0800 800 800 and 0800 900 900 mufra assembly a mo de beto ye nim no ye be ye nhwehwemu na ye tumi aboa mo nti ene asem kakra na ye de to journalists a government rema one time payment as a measure to mitigate shock na one our experience a dry spell no for the upper northern regions of the Kuri nti eno na ye de to
na de omo ye equal friend Ghana Geological Survey Authority me no ka say womo abie ultramodern office wo enkran ha say no so afo a ohwe nsase ene obo ade ne paso no munyamfo Samuel ebu ginapo ono ne kodi animu ma obi ano na kire say wo hwe abefu akade ahodo a wo sa office so abeboa pa masaj makunu dwumadie atumi akona animu.
As part of efforts to deal with the issue of illegal mining, the Ghana Geological Survey Authority, through the World Bank-supported Ghana Landscape Restoration and Small-Scale Mining Project, is conducting detailed geological investigations in designated areas across the country to determine mineralized areas of gold deposits to support government's community mining schemes and ensure effective regulation of small-scale mining across the country. And as many of you may be aware, the Vice President of our Republic and presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party has committed to providing annually $10 million United States dollars to resource the Ghana Geological Survey Authority as from next year if he was elected. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to emphasize the imperative of harnessing the potential of our geological resources responsibly. The information and insight generated by the authority will guide us in balancing economic growth with environmental preservation. We must therefore continue to support the authority and engage them on all levels to ensure that geological data informs policy, supports sustainable practices, and drives economic development. As we look ahead, let us envision a future where our geological resources are managed with integrity and foresight. A future where we harness our minerals responsibly, protect our ecosystems, and ensure that future generations inherit a land rich in both resources and biodiversity. A future where there will be no mining, construction, or groundwater exploitation without the express advice and supervision of the Ghana Geological Survey Authority. I have no doubt that this new edifice will inspire you the more to ensure that the Ghana Geological Survey Authority becomes the beacon of excellence in geological research and resource management, not only in Africa, but across the world. That the government of President Akufo-Addo has an unflinching resolve to empowering the various state agencies and equipping them to deliver on their mandate. In the coming days, we will be commissioning a new head office complex for the Lands Commission, as well as new regional and district offices for the Minerals Commission, as I say. And we will continue to support all these agencies, not only with infrastructural and logistical support, but build the capacities of their human resource to underpin an effective, efficient, sustainable, and environmentally sound land and natural resources sector, steeped in integrity and anchored on transparency, candor, and utmost good faith.
We've gotten to a point that to manage our mineral resource potential of the country better, we need to invest adequately in the authority such that we can do the investigation to the point that we will be able to delineate and quantify the mineral resources that are across the length and breadth of this country. The geological investigations are generally expensive and takes time. And for that matter, if you don't have enough funding to be able to do this work, and if the funding is not also continuous, you will start, but you may not get the results that you need. So that is why there is the need for adequate and sustained funding of the authorities' activities to ensure that the mineral potential of the country is properly harnessed for national development.
Dwumadie bi kɔ so a na ɔmato ne din sɛ Media and Women Empowerment Conference. Na saa conference yɛ kɔ so ɛna so yɛ hwɛ ma mɛma ne nkɔda yɛdie so ɛde aba abɛto dwa so ɔmo bɛsrɛ da obɔ nnwuma no ɛma na ɛwɔ mu no omonhwe na omumpie omoso se de be ye betimi abo omonkan ko na eye Media Foundation of West Africa omo ye report bi ba 2020 na omukyeremu se emema ewo de obo adwuma mu no utimu se omoniema ekoyie kakra ema ne de aya na enye entini nyina no mo besere se ema no yempia omoso.
The reason for the project is to first of all empower women in CIA trainings, CIA capacity building sessions for any member or media to give them the skills any nimdia omuhia betu media ejuma. Secondly, in social media no share stories ebia ye anase ye trefa man ho a ya na titiri no bebre na enhyeda enye positive. Meanwhile, ma nyama bebre a was senka epieba media no hu imam contribution into one objective and abotai ba ko project ni say omo be da enwuma pa ma edi sane ye hu say enye mema ne pe ma so eye nyama say ye UP. At the end of the day no women in media omo asetinemu omo conditions are here for them to grow and to rise in the media through the project your bonfire say at the end of it we will be able to achieve the objective.
Say a can affirmative action yensheda enimra bia ewo Ghana ha eboa affirmative action enti ekuekuo ni nnwumakuo nyina obia ebo ne ho modern so obeye bibi enso sienya emra you can say emra pon constitution no etaya chi a eno no kire say wo hye enti no saa ohye no na ye hia enti sesi a yenya ohye na kire say wo se woye edi se woye nya se bia wo pa na obeye enti wo ba bia wo dwen so na yura ho ana se na bamu agu no ema na bamu ngu sesi a no yenya saa mra na yenyina ye betumi aka bom na yahwe se mra no ebedi dwuma na dia ye pe empempenso a ehia se ema benya no yenyina yenya
se de ubofo endi osano anim na ya mankyerɛkyerɛ no mu ampi na nipa ante ase se ye ka gender no enche se ye meka obema nhye enche se oba emetwimfa bema so da bi enya saa nete a ye beka kwantimfi ema ne mmemma e woda ubo adwuma mu anaso ensentwero adwumamu meka journalism in total, broadcasting, any all angles, even social media, ye influencers, and obia, ye sorry ni antias yesem. Se oba ba kunim de konenim. Oba ba kwa pomuden konenim. Bema ba ko enim de konenim. Onya obenya nsafo edi nechi na omo tu osano ebomu a ede asomdwe ba efie ye de. Oman no mutena ye de. Independent team so na ehya so tantan efiri ho emie nyina yetena se odo emu ne etimi akoye nim e wo mponto mu.
Ebusiafo ye gina hanom se ni ahome kase ebo no so ye ba ye de nkomotwetwe no ebeto aso ye ba beto aba na amanyoku ahodo no bia wona nhyehyɛ ne nani so ade hunu a wo kyera ebetimi aboa oman no ye bedi nkomo ne yahwɛ de ni die mu odu a amanfo betimi agina so e de ato abapa.